There are different types of muscle contractions, and there is also three types of muscle contractions, and they have different jobs when athletes are exercising. For example, when a muscle is contracted but remaining in the same length, this is isometric contraction, as the athlete still wants to contract his muscle to hold up the weight, but he's not using more or less energy, so the length of the muscle changes, which would then be called concentric or eccentric contraction. Concentric contraction causes tension on your muscles as it shortens, which is the polar opposite to eccentric contraction, as this causes your muscles to lengthen when tension is produced. Finally, isometric contraction is when there is a tension applied to the muscle, but the length of the muscle doesn't actually change. All types of these contractions can be seen in different parts of a bicep curl. For example, when the weight is being picked up by the participant and just being held steady, this is where isometric contraction is occurring, as the length of the muscle is remaining constant. However, when the dumbbell is being curled upwards, the muscle will be shortening, therefore concentric contraction is taking place. For this to happen, the force applied by the muscle has to be able to lift the dumbbell and also lower it back down until the arm is straight, and this is where eccentric contraction is taking place as the muscle is lengthening. When a weightlifter is lifting weights, all three types of contraction will be occurring. For example, when you get started lifting the weight, you'll be doing the movements more efficiently and faster compared to the end. When the dumbbell is closest to his bicep, concentric contractions is occurring since his bicep is shortening when his arm is straight, so dropping the weight down to his arm is straight. Eccentric contraction is happening, therefore obviously muscles are lengthening. Typically when isometric contractions occur and the weight isn't moving, so the lifter is taking a short break to regain his strength. When this process is repeated, the muscles will begin to fatigue due to substrate shortages, therefore the lifting will become much harder. As the substrate shortages are depleted during the exercise, this will lead to a lack of energy sources to fuel the muscle, to allow it to contract. Therefore, the muscle will stop contracting as it lacks the energy to contract. This is called metabolic fatigue.